Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is the Balanced Vibes podcast, and I am your host, Kirsten. Thanks so much for spending some time today with me listening to this podcast. Today, we're talking about best strength training workouts for beginners. So, if you are new to strength training and maybe sometimes even intimidated, and you don't know what to do at the gym, how to do it, what you should be thinking about, how many reps you should be doing, there's so much confusing information out there. So, today, I'm going to help you with all that, and I'm also going to outline a simple program for you to follow so that you can literally put this into practice right away. First of all, let's talk about who is a beginner. So beginner is somebody who maybe has about a year or less than a year of lifting experience. So it can be anybody from like 2 weeks of practice to maybe close to a year. You're still pretty new to it. And I am assuming that your goal is overall fitness. You want to build muscle, you want to burn body fat. You're probably not getting ready to get on the stage. You're probably not a bodybuilder. You're probably not a competitive powerlifter. Maybe in the future you want to do something like this. But right now, I'm assuming that if you are new to lifting weights, then you just want to be fitter, healthier, lose a little bit of body fat, and get just this more leaner look. Okay, so what can you expect? Let's talk about that first. What can you expect when you start working out? First of all, it's really cool that you are a beginner. If you listen to this and you're like, "Oh, I'm so behind," no, there's nothing wrong with that. It's so much better to get started now than to not get started at all. And I've had a couple of clients like this who were a little bit intimidated and they didn't know what to expect and they thought they're so far behind. I've had a couple, like one person who thought that the gym is not for people like her just because she was a little bit on the heavier side, and it's not true. It does not matter what your body shape or size is right now. It does not matter that you're new, that you're starting this today. You are going to do great if you just trust yourself. If you put in the work, if you don't give up, and if you stay consistent. And the really cool thing is that you're going to have what is known as the newbie gains. So what are the newbie gains? Newbie gains means basically that you're going to get results, like noticeable results, really quickly, because this is a totally new thing for you. So for example, when there's somebody who's been working out 20 years, and then there's somebody who has never lifted weights or at least never been consistent with it, guess who's going to see more progress in 1 month? Of course, the new person. So this is your newbie gain. So also you will gain strength relatively fast, and you may able to at the same time lose weight, because this is totally new adaptation, and it's really hard to do for somebody who is very advanced. So generally speaking, if they want to get stronger, there's not going to be weight loss, or if they want to do it in the other way around too, like if they want to lose weight, then they probably lose some of the strength gains. But for new people, it is possible that they get stronger and then they lose weight at the same time. So this is another win. This is another newbie gain, right? So now let's get into the practical part of it. What should you then keep in mind if you're new to lifting, want to get started, can't wait? Then here are your practical tips. You should do 2 to 3 workouts a week. This is a great start for you. There is no need to commit something crazy. And I know it's not like New Year's time, of course, right now, but New Year's is known for this. You know, people are committing to crazy stuff like 6 workouts a week or 5 workouts a week, and I'm going to do them as hard as I can. I'm totally like going crazy with it because I'm so committed and want something real quick. Remember, 2 to 3 workouts is literally all that you need to get things started, because you are new. But that also means that these workouts have to be done consistently. It cannot be 2 workouts this week and then none the next week and none the next week and then the following week 2 workouts again. You have to be consistent, but you don't have to do more than 2, max 3 workouts a week. The second thing that you have to keep in mind is that don't overdo it, especially when you see results. So this is actually very similar to cutting calories. So the idea here is that why would we cut 1,000 calories down if we can get a good result by cutting 200 calories? So now with workouts, why would we do 7 workouts a week if we can get good results with 2? Okay, so we're always looking for that minimal work that we have to do to get the result that you want to get. The next tip is do not start your weight loss, fat loss, general fitness with cardio. please stop that. Okay, what you have to do first is that you have to start lifting weights. You have to build your metabolism. You have to get strong, speed up your metabolism, and this is the best policy for later too, because you're teaching your body to burn more body fat because now you have higher muscle mass. If you are relying on cardio, you're just depleting yourself if you do it too much. And also you're teaching your metabolism that it doesn't need to put on muscle, and then you just burn body fat, yes, and you burn also a lot of muscle. So cardio is not a good strategy for your goals. It will slow down your metabolic rate, so you absolutely need to lift weights. Now, speaking of lifting weights, how do you then do it? Do full body workouts. You want to hit all of the biggest muscles, right? So why full body workouts? The idea here is that in case you miss, for example, one workout, then it's not like such a big deal versus had you done a split routine. So a split routine would mean like one day I do upper body and the other day I do lower body. So now when something comes up and you cannot do that second day, then you didn't do the lower body at all. But now when you do the full body workout, you already hit full body one day. And if now something comes up and you cannot do the second one, then it's not that big of a deal because you already trained everything. And of course, I hope that not too many things do come up for you because you still want to be consistent. Like I said, even though you're going to be doing just 2 workouts a week, still you want to be consistent with them in order to get results. Next thing, have 1 to 2 days between your workouts. So let's say you're doing 2, maybe 3 workouts a week, rest between the workout days. Don't do back-to-back workouts because you're going to be more tired. You're not going to get enough recovery time. And you know that the results that we're getting happen during our recovery. If you do get sore though, then there's no need to stay sedentary. So sometimes people think that they should be just like sitting down and doing nothing and waiting until the uncomfortable soreness goes away, but that's not true. The best thing that you can actually do is to do gentle movement. Go for a walk, stretch a little bit or do some foam rolling, which may be painful too when you are really sore, but just don't sit down and wait for the soreness to go away. You don't have to go to the gym. I recommend that you actually don't go to the gym and do another workout, like I said, but gentle movement will help you to recover faster. The other thing that you should know is that your workouts, let's say that now you got started, you've been doing 2 workouts a week consistently, maybe even 3, they should change every 4 weeks. This is what good programming looks like because your body needs something different every now and then. And it also needs different rep ranges every now and then. So the good workout programming is the one that changes something every, let's say 3 weeks, or I like to do most of my programming 4 weeks. So this is good enough time that you don't change things too quickly because we need consistency, right? And then it's also good enough time that it's just perfect to introduce something new, whether it is new exercises, whether it is different rep ranges. It's always actually different rep ranges in the next phase. So you want to make sure that you do that and you don't get stuck in this same old, a lot of people do like 10 reps of the same exercises forever and ever and ever because your body is now so adapted to it and it needs something different. So about every 4 weeks, you should change your plan. So how should you then start? How many reps of exercise should you do? I would say start with 8 to 10. Start with 8 to 10. There's more variety. Like you could do 12, you could do 5, just for the sake of like keeping things simple. Just so that you get started with something, start with 8 to 10 repetitions of each exercise and then do 3 sets. Okay, so set is, for example, 10 push-ups and then rest, and another set is 10 push-ups. So you do that 3 times and now you're moving on to your next exercise. How should you choose your weights? So right now I use push-ups as an example, but there are many exercises that you're going to do with weight. Then I want you to start light. So make sure that you get your form right. This is always the most important thing, but then start challenging yourself and always think that the last 2 repetitions should feel heavy. And after you put the weights down, then you should feel like, okay, probably could have done maybe 1 or 2 more, but I'm not going to because I'm not going to like maximum. I'm not going to like deplete myself too much. So this is known as going to failure. You don't have to go to failure, just leave 1 or 2 reps and then this is where you stop. But these last couple of reps that you did should feel pretty heavy. If you feel like you put the weights down and felt like you didn't do much at all, then this wasn't the right way to do it. All right, so next I'm going to give you a simple workout plan that you can follow if you're a beginner. So this is a 3-day example. And like I said, you can do 2 workouts, you can do 3 workouts, but this has 3. So if you feel like 3 is too much for you, just don't do the 3rd one. All right, so day 1, here are the exercises that you should do. And everything here is either dumbbell exercise or barbell, and then body weight. So first exercise for you would be a squat. So of course, squat is one of the big movements that we all should be doing no matter what. So either with dumbbells or barbell, 3 rounds, and you're going to do 8 to 10 reps. Then the second one would be a bench press. That 2-3 rounds, 8 to 10 reps. Next one, overhead press, also with dumbbells or with a barbell. So you're going to just press the weight directly overhead. Again, 8 to 10 reps, and then you do that 3 times. Next one would be a biceps curl with dumbbells, or you can do it with barbell. Then you would do skull crushers, which is a tricep exercise. You're basically lying down and you're bending your arms and extending them. So you're working your triceps. And then lastly, body weight exercise is your plank. So this is a simple template. So 6 exercises here, and you do them as a straight set. So like I said, you're going to do your squats first, and then you're going to move on to your bench press, and then you're going to move on to your overhead press, and so on. So you don't do it in a circuit. So I know that those have been doing like a lot of boot camps and Orange Theory and stuff like that, like to do a lot of circuit training and just go through everything really quickly. This is not what we're doing here. So we're actually taking the time to finish one exercise and do it as well as we can. We do all 3 rounds of that, and then we move on to the next one, and now this exercise is done. Okay, so this is your day 1. Then you're going to have your 1 or 2 days off, and then you're going to go to day 2. And that could look like deadlifts. So again, 8 to 10, 3 rounds. Then we have a row, so barbell or dumbbell row. Next thing is going to be dumbbell or barbell shrugs. So really good for your traps, for your upper back muscles. Next one, we're going to have hammer curls. So this is with dumbbells. Then body weight exercises, bench dips for your triceps, and then V sit-ups. So again, very simple 6 exercises. You can look them all up. And again, straight sets. And then you're going to give yourself another 1 or 2 days off. And then here's your day 3 workout, walking lunges. So definitely can't do that with dumbbells, or if this is too much, just body weight. Then goblet squats, which you can do with either a single dumbbell or a kettlebell. Then you have incline bench press. So it's similar to bench press, but now your bench is inclined, right? So you're kind of leaning back against it, and you're like slightly like, you're inclined. That's the way to say it. Then another dumbbell exercise, single arm dumbbell row. Then lateral raises for your shoulders. And then lastly, for your core, balance ball crunches. So this is another 6 exercise workout day for you. And there you have it. This is your 3-day plan. So 3 workouts a week. And this is how you can get started. You can look all these exercises up, and hopefully you have somebody that you can double check your form with, that you can do them with the perfect form, because this is always the most important thing. Always get that right before you start adding weights. So because we don't want you to get injured. Like I said, the goal here is consistency, and in order to stay consistent, we have to stay injury free. All right, so I hope this was helpful for you. Also, one thing that I actually didn't mention is that you want to actually rest before you do the exercise again. So let's say you finish your squats in day 1, and now I want you to rest for about a minute, up to 3 minutes, no more than that. And then you do the exercise again. So again, this is not fast-paced, go boot camp type of thing. You actually want to rest, recover, so that you're able to lift the same weight up again and do the reps again. And if you do need to drop some weight, that's okay. Let's say that you rested 2 minutes, and now the same dumbbells, they feel really heavy and you can't do all these reps. Go ahead, take lighter dumbbell. It's not about pushing yourself to the point where you feel really like terrible and you're afraid and your form breaks down. It's not about that. Form is important, and it's okay to use lighter weights, but it's also important that you rest between the sets so that you can really maximize your effort. All right, I hope this helped you. And if you are a beginner, if you're new to exercise, if you're new to weightlifting, let me know how I can help you. I'm always happy to answer your questions. This is it from me today. Until next time.